So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Baltimore County Department of Aging's 2021 Creative Arts Contest Award Ceremony. My name's Laura Riley, and I'm the director of the Baltimore County Department of Aging. Joining me for tonight's celebration is our Deputy Director, Dana Brown, along with our coordinators for this year's event, Barb Franke and Ethel Rasmussen. Barb, would you like to give us some welcoming comment?
Thank you, Laura. On behalf of Ethel, the Art Planning Committee, and myself, I'd like to thank everyone for being here tonight to celebrate our artists and writers and their incredible entries. While you are on this call tonight, if you wish to suggest a category for next year's contest, please feel free to put it in the chat and it will be considered for next year. Laura?
Okay, thanks, Barb. And I have to say, Barb and Ethel have done a phenomenal job. This is difficult enough to do when we have an art show, but as you can imagine, doing this virtually, they have been true rock stars, and we really appreciate that. We're thrilled that all of you are able to join us virtually as we honor so many of our fellow Baltimore County artists and writers. Our county truly is blessed with an abundance of talents and creativity. Tonight, we're pleased to recognize all of the contestants who sent in submissions for our second annual Combined Creative Arts Contest. Living in the new normal of social distancing and mask wearing during a challenging pandemic has tested our limits for sure. It's a true testament to our resilience as a community that we were all able to gather tonight in our love and appreciation of the arts. And what makes it extra special is that so many of your family and friends are with us tonight as well. And that is the best part of a virtual event. You can be joining us from anywhere around the world. So for that, we're very grateful. We received close to 200 entries this year, with categories ranging from poetry to painting to photography. Our contestants were aged 55 to as young at heart as 96. Great masterpieces know no age limit. Further, we have entrants that have been mastering their art and craft for decades, to some that have discovered a later life passion by taking a class at one of our senior centers. Additionally, it was wonderful to learn the stories about how our artists and writers worked on their masterpieces. Some found escape from health issues and stress of the pandemic throughout their art designs or written adventures. Other works were modeled after the greats like Hemingway, Picasso, Twain, and Monet. Whether the work was crafted as therapy, escape, or harnessed energy from being in isolation, the results are fabulous, as you will see tonight in our videos. I would like to thank all of our judges who spent time reading essays and poems, looking through photos, and assessing the artwork. With each passing year, it becomes more and more difficult to choose between so many worthy submissions, and we appreciate the effort that our various judging panels put forth to make this happen. Let me take a brief moment to explain how our schedule will unfold tonight. We'll introduce a category or two, make a brief remark, and then show a video of all submissions in that category with the winners and runner-ups highlighted at the end. We have 10 categories to honor tonight. If you have a comment you'd like to share, please utilize our chat feature that was explained to you when you logged in. It's important that everyone stay on mute so that our presenters can be heard. Now we're going to get things started, and I'm going to turn the reins over to Barb Franke, who will begin with our first categories, drawing and photography. Barb, the floor is yours.
We had approximately 130 total art entrants this year who turned in some very impressive pieces. You should all be very proud of the works that you submitted. I'm pleased to start off our awards portion of the ceremony with our first categories, drawing and photography, as you will see when we show the video.
Ethel, are we trying to bring up a different video? We're just having a little difficulty. As you may have noticed, that was not the photography and drawing. That was our fabric arts and oil painting. Let's see if we can find out what's happening behind the scenes. There we go. There. I'm Laura Riley, Director of the Baltimore County Department of Aging, and I have with me Dana Brown, our Deputy Director, and as always, the trusty camera person behind the scenes, Ethel Rasmussen. We're so excited to be virtually giving out our awards this year for our Creative Arts Contest. We've been traveling, you'll see, all over the county to honor our honorees, and it is my pleasure to give first place award to Larry Drahoff for his outstanding achievement in the category of drawing for our contest this year. Lovely picture. Can you tell us a little bit about it and what inspired you to do your picture today?
Well, this is a picture I drew from a picture that I had taken in Hawaii in 2000. It is the Ohlone Palace in Hawaii, and the reason I picked this picture was the theme was resilience, and the resilience of the palace to withstand the years from its birth. I think it was in 1893 was when it was built, and now it's still being used as a museum today.
Well, we thank you for sharing your talents, and very excited to give you first place. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So I'm so happy to be here in front of Bicota Senior Center to award one of our prizes, awarded today to Rosalind Harding, second place for Outstanding Art Achievement in the category of Drawing in the Baltimore County Department of Aging's 2021 Creative Arts Contest. Your creativity and talent serves as an inspiration to many throughout our county. So for that, there is your lovely certificate. And I'm so impressed with the picture that was submitted, and I understand there's a story about it. A long story.
You can tell the history of it.
Okay, so we're going to have your daughter tell us a bit about the picture itself. Okay.
Hi, this is built by Thomas Davidson in 1835 to 1840. My very best girlfriend's brother bought the house in 2000 for $475,000 and put another $300,000 into it to restore because they were going through a loss there, the prior owners, and unfortunately. But it has a wealth of history. The Thomas, before the Emancipation Proclamation, he had slaves, but he freed them. And in Anne Arundel County, they were considered, I believe, Southern, and the town was against him, and his wife was against him, supposedly, the story. So they're doing a lot of interesting research now on this home as we speak, actually, because it is one of the crossroad communities in all of Anne Arundel County that's intact for a few homes. Thomas Davidson made the first free church for African Americans and the first free school for African Americans in Anne Arundel County. He was an interesting man. It was a 300 to 600 tobacco plantation. He was was married. He had 2 daughters. They married the sons over in the other plantation, which was Middle Plantation. I don't know what they did there, but this is the story, how it intertwined. But I know the land is rich and the soil was wonderful. It flourished for Mr. Bailey, who bought the property, and he fell in love with it. He said there's even stories that it was believed to be part of the Underground Railroad, because in the living room, in this part with the columns, you can see how the planks and the joists were dug up, and they were suspicious that they went under the porch to refuge. Also, I know there's so much. It's on the corner of Davidsonville Road and Central Avenue. And I believe it's 746 Central Avenue. I think it's west. So, Mom, part of my longest dearest friend and her brother, was asked to draw this, and many other drawings for their family as well, the animals, and for the love of the land. A timestamp in history. So there you are. She takes off, and yes.
The level of detail, the fineness of your work is absolutely beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you. But I have to thank my daughter because she and her husband went down there. I was not able to do that. And they took pictures from every angle, and that gave me an idea of what would be the best way to show the picture or create the mansion.
Well, it definitely shows beautiful. So congratulations to Dennis Crawford for winning first place for the Outstanding Art Achievement in the category of photography in the Department of Aging Creative Arts Contest. This is amazing. We've all been looking at it, very detailed. Can you tell us a little bit about the picture, where you captured it?
Yeah, I took this right in my backyard, my own backyard, last October, and it was a foggy morning, and I'm always got my eye out for photography type stuff, and I just went wandering around the backyard, looking up in the trees and everything, and saw this, and I just had to grab it.
Well, and you captured it very well, so congratulations on winning first place in the photography.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm pinch hitting for our director, Laura Riley, to present second place in the photography category to Ms. Joyce Stevens. Joyce, I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about the photo.
This is the photo. It's a dandelion seed in clay, because Play-Doh didn't work. It melted in milk and a reflection, and then I put the dandelion itself behind it. So all the water drops that I sprayed on it would refract into the water drops, the dandelion itself.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
A lot of hours.
Yes, and just really appreciate the time that you took to do this. It's absolutely beautiful. The colors are just incredibly vibrant, and we really appreciate you entering the contest.
Yes.
And congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, the judges must have had difficult decisions selecting winners because they were all phenomenal. Does anyone have any comments about those categories or any comments? Feel free to unmute or put it in the chat. Again, they were all beautiful and we're very proud of each of the entries. Now we're going to our winners in the writing category. Laura?
Here we go. The next category of finalists and winners we would like to honor is in the writing category of essay, fiction, and nonfiction. Once again this year, we received wonderful and creative submissions from so many of you. We asked writers to focus on the theme of resilience. Our essays centered on the themes of adventure, loss and love, finding the creativity within, and living life to the fullest. Now to share a video of our winning essay writers. Center and Library to do our special presentation to Hal Jones for your outstanding non-fictional essay writing achievement titled Loneliness and Love. I want to hear what that's all about. Congratulations to you for your creativity and talent, serving as an inspiration to other Baltimore County residents.
Thank you much.
So we will give you this certificate, and if you could tell us a little bit about what your essay is about.
It's about my childhood, basically. Just the theme really is love, but it shows that for 7 years in a row, even though I had parents on either coast of the United States and other relatives, every year I went to a different school, and I had to walk to that school. And it was amazing. I didn't realize that until I started putting it all together.
Reflecting, very nice.
Yeah.
Were you a writer by?
So
this is a side thing.
Oh yeah. I published a book, and what I thought might tell you, I don't know. I won about 2-3 years ago in the fiction category.
So you write all types. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Whatever comes into my mind.
course, the editor.
We all need an editor, so thank you for sharing your talents with everyone. They'll be able to read it on our website, so thank you so much.
Oh,
So we're here now to congratulate Sandy Paluzzi for her first place award in the non-fictional essay writing achievement entitled I Am. So can you tell us a little bit about the piece that you wrote?
It is the story of my dealing with mental illness and being overcome with it for quite a while, and then overcoming it and living quite well with it.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing. I mean, the personal stories come out so well in the writing, and we look forward to reading it in the future time of Your Life Digest.
Thank you. I can't wait. It's the first time I've ever won a first place in a contest.
All right. Well, we're glad to be part of that.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations to Janet Bennett for outstanding fictional essay writing achievement. Second place, titled Violet and the Pansies, for the Baltimore County Department of Aging Creativity Contest. So we thank you for sharing your work with us. And if you can tell us a little bit about what the story is or what inspired you to write it.
Yes, thank you very much. I am a retired speech-language pathologist and also the daughter of a severe stutterer. So I was walking around one day and I saw some violets. I'm from Connecticut, so we don't plant flowers like this in pansies in the winter. And I said, oh, pansies. Oh, shrinking violets. It just came to me. And I know how sad and difficult it is to be a stutterer. So I just had my thought, oh, I'm going to have a girl named Violet who is a stutterer, and she has to overcome that. And how you get to overcome that is by hooking up with a professional. Hopefully, this girl was in high school. And so, yeah, that's how you can overcome any disability.
Very nice. Well, thank you very much for sharing. And thank you. So very excited to be here with Barbara Mischke, who received first place, and she just found that out, in our fictional essay writing achievement titled It Takes Time. So we thank you so much for sharing your writing talents with us. And can you tell us a little bit about your essay, It Takes Time?
It's a short essay, and I was trying to imitate Hemingway's way of writing. And I enjoyed doing it because he does have a certain distinct way of writing, and I think I accomplished it. And so I'm so happy to get this prize. It means a lot to me. And the story is kind of charming because it's about fishing, and everybody kind of has a story about that. But I thought this was two people fishing, the older person and the younger person meeting at the same place.
Very nice. We look forward to reading it. It'll be in our senior digest coming up. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So we're going to return to Barb, who will present the next art categories of open artworks and handcrafts.
Thank you, Laura. Next, we have our grouping consisting of open category and handcrafts. First, we have the open category, which is new to the contest this year. It stemmed from the interest in many to join our contest, but their work didn't fit well in other categories. For our next section, handcrafts, you will see some lovely pieces that took lots of time, talent, and dedication. So enjoy the video.
Congratulations to Diane Allen for first place, presented for your outstanding art achievement in the open category. And we want you to tell us a little bit about your artwork because it is very unique into some of the entries that we had this year. So Diane, share with us about your artwork.
This is an adult coloring book, and it's done in grayscale format, which means this is the picture I colored with colored pencils. Grayscale means that the picture normally is in black and white. Let me show you another one. There's one. That's before it's colored. And the artist puts all the detail in and the highlights. So I would color light colors in the light area, dark colors in the dark area. And you put many, many, many layers over this until it looks like you want it to look like. And this is a jaguar. The artist only draws endangered species. So that pulls at my heartstrings when I did that. This is one of his many, many, many books. And I color in all of them.
Well, it's beautiful, and thank you very much for sharing. So, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And this as well.
Oh my,
It's beautiful. Enjoy it.
total surprise. Thank you.
So we're here to congratulate Robert Johnston for second place for his outstanding art achievement in the open category of the Baltimore County Department of Aging Creative Arts Contest. Your creativity and talent will serve as an inspiration to many within Baltimore County. And your piece is lovely. I'm going to give you your certificate, but can you tell us about it? How do you go about making it? What inspired you? The materials?
My degree is from Towson.
Ah.
I hated sculpture, the first one. I was just chopping on a little piece of teak, making a hippopotamus. I hated it, but the second one was a wood lamination. So it's about 30 pieces, but I didn't do anything for 8 years. I'm retired, I'm getting old, and I got Kobe. When it first came out, I was one of the first 70. My niece come to check on me from Kent Island, and I had a sculpture sitting out in the yard. She said, "How come you didn't finish that?" I says, "I'm getting old, stone's heavy, and it cuts the hands." But I finished it, and then did that, did another piece, I did this. I haven't done anything this year, but I love sculpture now, I love abstract sculpture. The stones from Colorado, the wood I got from Sykesville. Guy sells exotic woods and all, so I glued them together and started sculpting. Wood's harder than stone. Wood's harder to do than stone.
Well, we're glad that you went back to doing it.
I gotta finish another one of these. I started one of these, and it's just hard working inside. It's too, with the electric, I got a lot of electrics and all that. It's just hard working inside. That's basically working in the summer. So I'm happy with both.
Congratulations.
Is there anybody there? This is Diane Allen, if anybody's there. Are you finished?
congratulations to Lee Jenkins for first place in your outstanding achievement in the category of handcrafts in the Department of Aging competition. Lee is a regular winner with his beautiful woodworking, and this piece, every year he just amazes us with something more and more intricate and delicate. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this? Because there's a lot of stuff going on in here.
Well, it's a butterfly, but it's called a tiger butterfly. If you notice, there's tigers in it. You see the tigers in it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's quite a bit of, it takes a good bit of time.
So what equipment do you use to make
saw.
this? A scroll saw.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. So we say congratulations on the first place.
Well, thank you.
So we are now at Oakcrest Village. So we've traveled a little bit around the county, and it is my pleasure to announce to Ronald Brown that you have won second place in our Outstanding Art Achievement in the category of handcrafts. And I'm just amazed, and we've been telling a few stories here about this, but can you tell us about the bowl and the process that you used to make it?
Well, this is a piece of silver maple that was killed by the ambrosia beetle that invades it and lives in it, and the little holes that you see there are the beetle holes that, and this is the way the tree grew, and the beetle ran up and down in the fall and spring and secreted an enzyme that then interacted with the sap as it was going north and south and left these brown stripes in the bowl.
And it really adds to the beauty of the piece.
Well, the beetle is the artist and leaves wonderful marks on it, and then the other marks on here, the stress marks, are caused where the tree is under pressure, like a limb is off, and just below that is where the pressure is, and it leaves these stretch marks.
And then you obviously have the skill to take this beautiful piece and turn it into what is now a bowl.
I had to get all the stuff cleaned out so you could see this. Right, so I just cleaned it out. And then the remains are a bowl that, and it's food safe, except it has holes in it, so you wouldn't want to put salad dressing in it.
Right.
Yes, right.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for sharing your special talent with us. We appreciate it.
We have a good time here at Oakcrest. Have a nice wood shop that has all of the possibilities of doing this kind of thing with it. Yes.
Beautiful work, everyone. Congratulations to everyone who entered, and especially to the winners. Laura's going to talk about our next category.
Yes, so it's now my pleasure to share our second writing category, poetry. It's my pleasure to show the video for our poetry winners. Whether in rhyme or artistic prose, every entry was absolutely captivating. So we're here to now congratulate Barbara Melfa, who received second place in our Outstanding Poetry Writing Achievement entitled We Travel On. So can you tell us a little bit about the piece and what it's about?
Yes. I wanted to write something that not only talked about myself, but talked about everyone, because I think of resilience as something that we, as the whole community, has to do together. And if we individually do something and then put it all together, then there's hope for us. There's always a way to persevere, to rebound, and to be resilient. And that's how I thought the world should be.
Very nice. Beautiful. We thank you for sharing your thoughts, and we look forward to reading it.
Thank you.
To congratulate Peggy Radziminski for her entry into our poetry contest this year, first place, and it was entitled Who Are the Resilient? So can you tell us a little bit about why you chose to write this and a little bit about what it's saying?
Sure.
course, the theme was about resiliency and how the aged, even the seniors, show some resiliency, and of course we do throughout our lives. But it became a question for me then, and then that question just led to a lot of different ideas and about different ways that people have been resilient throughout the pandemic, through some of the other turmoils that are going on in our life. So I felt that asking those questions and then coming up with an answer at the end made a lot of sense.
Very nice. And everyone will get to read it in the Senior Digest edition, the first of the year. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And now back over to Barb, who will present the final art categories for fabric and painting.
Thank you, Laura. Our final grouping is the fabric and painting, oil and watercolor categories. Again, all were very impressive works, some of nature and some reflecting current events. As you will see in the presentations, there were two of our entrants that are multi-talented, winning in two different categories. Thus, we will show the submissions for all three categories and then present the winners and runners-up.
Really exciting announcement because we have Dolores Andrew here with us, and we're at Crest Village. Dolores, you won first place in two categories.
Oh.
So your first place comes in the fabric arts for the wonderful collage that you have here, and you also won first place in the category of painting in watercolors with this beautiful scene here. So tell us about it. Tell us about your work and what inspired you.
Well, this is a copy of a watercolor I did in high school in upstate New York. And I found it rooting through some paperwork not too long ago. So I did a better watercolor with 40 years experience and 50 years experience. And then this is a copy of that watercolor that I did in collage. I have since done a miniature from it, so I'm getting a lot of mileage out of that one piece. Let's see. This is a piece of wallpaper. This is masking tape. This is tissue paper. These are felt. This is burlap, embroidery. This is a piece of wrinkled paper. and the rest is embroidery, and that's a piece of yeah, yeah. I can't think of the word. It's a roof. This is a scene that we saw when we were in Scotland, and we stopped for a rest stop to get the view of this. It's Glengarry, it's a valley in Scotland. And when the bus stopped, there was a bagpiper there playing with the coldest knees I've ever seen with a kilt. And so when I painted that, I thought of this poor bagpiper the whole time, dutifully standing there and playing his bagpipe with the wind blowing. So that's my view of Glengarry.
Very nice, and I love the stories that go with it. Thank you for sharing your talents, and hopefully you've inspired others to do the same. So,
well, I hope so. I like spreading my addiction, especially my addiction in working in any form of art.
Thank you. We appreciate your participating. So we are here at Jacksonville Senior Center to award Carol Eckhart first place on our Outstanding Art Achievement in the category of Painting, Oils, and Acrylics in the Baltimore County Department of Aging Creative Arts Contest. Your painting is absolutely beautiful, and
Thank you.
I understand that it's inspired from a photograph your daughter took on a trip recently to Colorado.
That's right. That's right.
And the colors, it's just so vibrant, and I feel like I'm there. So wonderful job, and we want to congratulate you. And
thank you very much.
Thank you for inspiring other artists.
Thank you very much.
This is for you as well.
Oh, cool. Good stuff.
So we're getting into the holiday spirit right now by giving the second place award for the category of Fabric Arts to Al-Marie Iannulli. And it is an absolutely beautiful quilt with the holiday theme. And we congratulate you on your creativity and sharing your art with us. Can you tell us a little story behind how you came up with this?
This is a class that I took almost 2 years ago in the quilting class here at Jacksonville. It was a whole new thing that I learned. The original pattern was done with a embroidery machine, but I do not have one, so I had to adjust all my stitches to apply to a regular standard sewing machine, which made all the outline stitches throughout the pattern. So it was a big, very huge learning experience for me, and a lot of fun to do. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks for sharing it with us. It's absolutely beautiful. Phil Senior Center now to award Miss Jennifer Cohn Murtha 2 awards. This is very unusual for us. You have won the second place category for Painting, Oils, and Acrylics in the Baltimore County Department of Aging Creative Arts Contest, and that would be here. And you have also won second place in the category for watercolor. So these are both absolutely amazing. I wish you could all be here in person to see the level of detail, but do you want to tell us a little bit about each, what inspired you and the topics of your painting?
I'm a portrait artist. I have my studio is at the Soul Studio in Columbia. I'm classically trained by the Schuler School of Fine Art in downtown Baltimore. This was painted from life, and she was just a studio model, but a very good model. And she had on a denim jumper, so I made it velvet, and it's called Blue Velvet. And this one was from a photo on Pinterest of a 19th century black woman. I don't know who she is, but she so inspired me, and I showed her to a friend, and I said, what do you think I should call it? And she said Esther. So,
very nice. Thank you very much for sharing your talents. We appreciate it.
Beautiful work, everybody. Kind of jaw-dropping. Back to you, Laura, for the next category.
Actually, I believe that concludes our presentation. That's it. Hopefully you can see, we just had such a wonderful time traveling around and meeting everyone and hearing their stories. It truly was a wonderful time for myself and Dana. We want to thank you all who participated this year and to all of your friends and family who joined in to hear about your wonderful accomplishments. We'll be sending links for all of our entries and artwork to you and sharing them with the Baltimore County community in the coming weeks. Winners will be featured in the Department of Aging's Time of Your Life Digest in January, so please watch for that edition in your mailboxes. Even if you're not a subscriber, we hope you will become one, but even so, we'll make sure that you get a copy. Thanks again, and a special thanks to Barb for putting all of this together this year, and Ethel for her creativity and putting the videos together. And I just want to give Barb one last comment for any closing remarks, and thank you all.
Just thank you everyone for participating. Start being creative, thinking about next year. The winter's coming, so start your entries for next year. And the committee will meet and try to work out details for next year's contest and have everything ready, hopefully in January. So thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and I hope you had as much fun as we did.